Good morning, children. Today we are going to start our first chapter, that is growing plants. When we talk about plants, what comes to our mind? All the greenery around us. Plants are living beings that give us carbon dioxide, take in carbon dioxide and give us oxygen to breathe. That is very important for our survival, not only because they give us oxygen, but they give us so many different things like fruits, vegetable, then wood, and so many other things that are useful for us. As we have studied in previous class, that plants are of so many types like herbs, shrubs, trees, climbers, creepers, aquatic plants, terrestrial plants, that all we have studied in the previous class, that plants are of different shapes, sizes and colors. Now plants are our green friends. Why friends? Because they give us so many things. For example, as I've already told you, they give us oxygen to breathe in. They give us fruits and vegetables. Apart from that, they remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. They provide medicine to us. They keep the surrounding cool and they prevent flooding and soil erosion because they bind the soil tightly with their roots. So they are useful to us in many ways and they are green in color. That's why they are known as green friends. Now plants are useful for us in many ways. For food, for wood and for medicine. For food, we get different kinds of vegetables and fruits from the plants, and wood we use for making doors, windows and furniture. Paper is made out of wood pulp, chopsticks, and nowadays many household or kitchen items are made of wood. Pencils are made out of wood. Medicinal plants, tulsi, turmeric, amla and aloe vera. These are all medicinal plants that are of some medicine value. Tulsi is very good for throat. Turmeric is a antibiotic and anti-inflammatory. Amla juice is very good for stomach. Aloe vera is very good for skin. Then other uses of plants are used for oil. For example, castor oil, sunflower oil, mustard oil and coconut oil. We use these oils for cooking, for hair and for skin also. The other uses of plants are, as we have discussed, wood we get from plants in some parts of our country or in the world. Houses are also even made of wood. Then we get many spices from plants like chili, coriander, and then we get tea and coffee also from the plants. As we have studied the importance of plants for us, now we should learn about the how plants are grown. And for that, first of all, we need to study about the seed, because for growing the plant, we need to sow the seed. Here you can see in the picture a structure of seed is shown. Seed consists of two main parts: seed coats and seed leaves. As you can see in the picture, seed coat is the outer portion of the seed that we can see, and once we cut open the seed, we will see the seed leaves or cotyledon inside. Seed coat helps to protect the seed from harsh weather conditions and from unfavorable conditions, whereas inside the seed coat, fleshy seed leaves or cotyledons are found. They are the baby plant or the embryo in the seed, and it contains baby root and baby shoot. Baby root is called the radicle and baby shoot is called the plumule. Once the seed starts germinating, this radicle will go down into the soil and make the root of the plant, and plumule will grow above the soil and will make the stem of the plant. This is the explanation that I have already told. Seed coat is the outer portion of the seed that helps protect the seed from sunlight and harsh weather conditions. And once the conditions are favorable, the seed coat will open and will grow into a new. This is the seed leaves or the cotyledon, that is the internal structure of the seed, that is known as embryo. The radicle is the root portion of the plant and plumule is the stem portion of the that will grow into the stem of the. Seeds are broadly classified into two types: monocot and dicot seeds. Monocot, as the name suggests, mono means one and cot is the short form from the cotyledons. If the seed is having one cotyledon, the seed is known as monocot seed. For example, rice, wheat, barley, mango. These seeds are having only one cotyledon inside. They are known as monocot seeds. Dicot seeds. Di means two. Cot is again the short form for cotyledon. Means if the seed is having two cotyledons, the seed will be dicot seed. Examples of dicot seeds will be corn, wheat, sugarcane, and bamboo seeds are dicot seeds. They have two cotyledons inside. This you can see it in your house also. You can soak the that must be available in your house overnight, and then you ask your mama to cut it lengthwise into two sections. You will be able to see two cotyledons separately. That means that is a dicot seed. Now, germination of seed. What do you mean by germination? When seed get sufficient water, air and sunlight, they grow into a new plant. And the growth of a new plant under the favorable conditions is known as germination of seed. That means from the seed only we get a new. Now what is the process of seed germination? The process of seed germination happens only when the conditions are favorable according to the seed, because different kinds of crops need different conditions to grow. That can be broadly classified into 4 steps. The seeds get favorable conditions like sufficient water, air, sunlight and soil to grow. This is the first condition. Then when all these favorable conditions are met, the seed coat breaks and the baby plant grows out of it. And we know that the radicle will grow into the soil downwards, that will form the root of the plant, and plumule will go above the soil and that will make the stem of the plant. And this, the baby shoot and the baby root coming out of the seed will make the young plant or the seedling. And when the favorable conditions are met, the plant keeps on growing and new leaves and stems will be developed, and those roots also will go deeper into the soil, that will make the plant into a fully grown plant. And after the plant has grown, the cotyledon will shrink and disappear. Now, dispersal of seed. What do you mean by dispersal? The scattering of seeds away from the mother plant is known as dispersal of seed. This is very important for germination and survival of the seeds, because if all the seeds are placed at one place, then they will not have proper space to grow. So it is required that the seed should be planted at certain distance. There are different agents for seed dispersal. They are wind, water, animal and human beings. This depends upon the kind of seeds. Here the dispersal by wind. Some plants have very small and lightweight seeds. They can be carried away with the wind because they have wings or hairy growth on their seeds. They can be blown easily with the wind. The plant seeds that are dispersed by wind are hiptage, cotton, orchids are the seeds, and dandelion are the seeds that can be carried away with the wind. Dispersal by water. Generally, the aquatic plants seeds are carried away with water, and along with the aquatic plants, the plants that grow on the seashore are also carried away by water. Because they are near the water, it is carried away with the stream of water to different places. The other example of dispersal by water is coconut, because coconut trees generally grow on the sea shores. Now, the dispersal by animals or human beings. Many a times when we go to the places where so many trees are there, we get few seeds stuck onto the clothes. That is also a way of dispersal of seeds. That some of the seeds are having hooks on their body. They get attached to the clothes of human beings or to the skin of different animals, and they are carried to different places. The seeds that can be dispersed through animals or human beings are burdock, xanthium or cockleburr, tiger nail, and spear grass. Through these methods, they get moved to different places by with the animals and human beings. Now the other way of dispersal is dispersal by explosion. Some fruits burst open or explode when they become dry or when they are over ripened and not taken away from the plant. The force of explosion helps the seed to scatter at different places, and this method of dispersal is known as dispersal by explosion. The examples of such seeds are lupins, gorse, broom, pea, poppy. Balsam seeds are the seeds that are dispersed at different places by the method of explosion. Thank you, children. Thank you so much.